Enough is enough. Okay. And Pastor said, it's enough. We got stuff to do. Hymn number 277, short me the Deacon Allen for the song. Dear Christ, oh, sing, oh, we're going to start this series of messages. Refocus. How to refocus. Time to refocus. Any way you want to write it. So long as you have refocus. Because many people have become unfocused. You don't even know the reason why you attend church anymore. You're more concerned about the person next door than your other person upstairs. You're more concerned about the way this choir sang than you are the way you sing praises to God. If my choir ain't singing, ain't coming. If my pastor ain't preacher, ain't coming. You need to refocus. It's not who's singing, it's who we singing to. We come to worship God, and if you're here for any other reason, you need to refocus. Because Christ is the center of our worship. He is our worship. The problem with the world today, we are focused upon the gas prices, we're focused upon the economy, but we need to be focusing upon God. Now, I want Sister Warren to stand and read these 12 verses.
Exodus 3, starting at verse 1. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will not turn aside and see the great sight while the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard thy cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moses said unto God, Who am I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, Certainly, I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee. And I have sent thee, when thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain.
Holy, holy, holy. All that so they can serve God upon the mountain. All God wanted was worship. All God wanted was his people to come out of Egypt so they can worship him on the mountain. Simple enough, right? He got his man Moses. God got the power and he's with Moses. But something happens out there. People took their eyes off God and decided, even in Sunday school, you that missed Sunday school missed a blessing. Now we learned in Sunday school that the people, when Moses, the leader, had to go And there's no telling what God's going to do. God got angry and Moses had to intercede. Had not Moses interceded for the children of Israel, God would have consumed them. But let's look at the text. Now, as I said, we're going to be doing this several weeks. Now, Moses was a chosen man. Moses was a man God used to lead his people. You wouldn't want to hear Moses preach. You wouldn't want Moses to be your leader, because we got this concept about perfect people. If you ain't living a certain life, if you haven't done, you have to be a certain way in order to be my pastor. You have to be a certain way for me to listen to you sing, or for me to listen to you pray. I come today to tell you, everybody got a yesterday. Moses was a murderer. He killed a man, but God still used him. I come today to tell you, it's not about your yesterday. It's about right now. We're too busy focused upon what a person used to be, what they used to do. We need to refocus on right now. We need to get our mind off yesterday and look at what God is doing today. Moses was a murderer. Moses wasn't fit to lead nobody according to our standard. I come today to tell you, a lot of us ain't fit either according to our standard, because everybody got a yesterday. Everybody done some stuff wrong. Everybody done made some mess, but God can take your messed up life and put you on fire for Him. I wish I had a witness today. Anybody here that knows God can take your messed up yesterday and take you and turn it around and cleanse you up by the regeneration of His word and make you bright and white and give you a brand new song to sing, a brand new place to go, a brand new walk, a brand new talk. God is able to take a nobody and make them a somebody. Don't you count dirty out. So Moses, yes, God used him. That was his choice. We wouldn't choose him because we're so sedated, sophisticated, and sanctimonious and hellish and all that kind of judgmental stuff. You know how we all, we think we all that in a cup of tea and don't have a pot and a window. But God saw something in Moses. Man,